I said this before, but my knowledge of the Romanov family is that they were an acting group and they were staying or renting or basically at the house of the Romanov mansion. Very beautiful, very wonderful, very articulate people. They tutored every single day and they spoke at least two or three languages, and their life was basically the Romanov family was, or at least their name wasn't the Romanovs. That was changed later on. Their name was actually something else, and they took the Romanov name or whatever. They were my white people or whatever, my White Star people, the actors and stuff, and they would put on and I'd pay them to put on a show every Christmas and also Halloween. The wife would play a particularly gorgeous witch. Like she was the woman I know was really gorgeous and perfect and anyway, and looked about like that. But she would wear particularly revealing outfits because I made some really revealing outfits. I had her wear like some stuff which showed off. Well, not that much, but I mean, it was tasteful. But I mean, it was she was. But you could put anything on this girl and she'd look gorgeous in it. Um, and it was really cute and everything else like that. I do have some memories of it. And basically, she'd play a wicked witch and all that other stuff. And Rasputin was a opium drug addict, and he was trying to get children to smoke opium, saying that it would cure them of whatever ails them or something like that. If I remember right, Rasputin was a really sick dude. He was an actor, and he played a homeless guy on some of my shows, and he looked the part, and basically was an opium addict. And he called the wife of the Romanov family, or one of the wives down there, and he was saying that she liked him and this and that, and and I think he attacked her or tried to poison her or tried to kill her or something like that. They didn't do. I think she might have done a little bit of opium or something like that, but he was saying that he accused her of getting him addicted to it, and accused her of witchcraft and this and that, and accused her of everything basically under the sun. And I was like, all right, that's enough. I'm going to move them. So basically, later on, like I say, I put a 50 gold reward for his head because he actually was doing these shows where he would actually charge people and he would spout all this Republican or whatever stuff to try and get them to go to war. And he was using the stages as his acting thing, saying the Romanovs were vile and this and that and that, and he was accusing them of everything under the sun, and they weren't. They were really, really, really good people. And he accused them of like all kinds of really horrible things, and basically would do it on stage, just totally just trash talking them. And because the Romanovs wore nice, perfect clothing, they had gold furniture. They had they had the use of the Romanov of that palace. It was my palace actually, and they had a little garden, and they would tend to the garden, and they would put on the shows, and I was letting them stay there. They were very good people, and I was even paying them because of the fact that they were such good people. They acted prim and proper, and they put on the children's parade every year, and they did the Halloween the Halloween special and the Christmas special. That the dad would dress up as Santa Claus, and or do something for Christmas. They would give out toys. They made sure that the toys were given out because I was paying them, or it was all on the books and everything. And then the Germans were paying them basically. Um, anyway, though, everything looked good and everything was fine. And then the grandfather, somebody tried to kill him with an assassination attempt and wounded him really badly. The great dad or whatever, and he was an older guy. And I eventually said, "All right, we're going to move you." So I moved them into witness protection. Basically, I moved them. I had another palace being built up in the Himalayas or somewhere else like that. I was like, "All right, you're going to go to China," and so I had them taken to China so they could get away from Rasputin because he was in Russia and he was just going around. And he had about like 50 or 80 other little Rasputin opium drug addicts, and they eventually stole the opium lab from the Romanov because there was a research station there as well, and they were manufacturing I think methamphetamine too, but they were doing a couple different drugs, and they were researching it on rats and everything else like that, and 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 I think he attacked um, the wife or something, and he had attacked quite a few people, and I think they actually might have even cut him off from the opium or something. But basically, he attacked the palace with a whole bunch of other people, saying that they won't shoot. They would never shoot an unarmed person or something like that. And there was this big thing, and I was like, I never said that. Kill him. And I was like, if you have to defend yourself, then you have the right. Of course, you have the right to fire. So like I'm not gonna let someone beat the crap out of someone else before. It's like, no, I was like, it's like, hell yeah, if he's gonna beat the crap out of you and kill you, you shoot him before he gets to you. If you really think it's like that, then yeah, I mean, anyway. Besides, my people aren't idiots. They're well trained combat military people, like that go back thousands of years. So anyway, so Rasputin was saying that that is uncalled for, and this and that, and I was advised of the situation, and I know how it went down basically, and I was just wondering what was going on. Um, and of course I couldn't really know because of course there was Republicans and JFK and all this other stuff, and it was Truman, and and I over there, and then in on the Panama Canal, Truman's basically going to be doing his little thing or that Truman and Roosevelt's going to be attacking over there, and he's trying to take over my Panama Canal, and it's like this whole like 20 or 30 Republicans basically doing this whole like takeover stuff where they're killing people and taking over, and I don't know, it's just the slime of the planet. I mean, there's only like 5 or 6 or 10 people, but they created a problem, and I don't know. I mean, I dealt with it as best as I can. I got the Romanov family. I ordered them moved up into China and put them at a research station up in China, and they did some stuff up there, with the Chinese people. I mean, everything's paid. Rasputin eventually broke in, killed 50 of the workers at the palace, at the Romanov palace, which it wasn't really even the Romanov palace; it was my palace. And they actually said they call it the Romanov palace, and I was like, well, actually, it's mine. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to stay there. They tend to the garden. They put on the shows. They're caretakers. They're making sure all the toys are getting to all the kids. They make sure all the food is done. They're my people, so they're living in the house. I mean, they were basically just like the rest of the staff at the Romanov palace, at the palace. But there was the other normal, like what would be considered slave staff or local population staff, and then there was the Romanov family, or that one family. It was really my actors, my beautiful, wonderful people. And it was basically Rasputin was jealous. He wanted to basically have sex with the mother and daughter and everybody else, and he was trying to get them to do that. And they had their own opium supply from China anyway, or from one of my other groups. They didn't need him, and he was like, blah blah blah. I have the only opium. It's like, actually, no, you don't, and you're a piece of shit, and I'm gonna put 50 gold on your head, and that's what I did. I was like. 50 gold, take them out. Fuck it, take them all out. I don't give a fuck. Because they were just going around attacking people, and just like all naked and disgusting. Like Rasputin's thing towards the end there was the more disgusting he could be, the better. Like smearing shit all over himself and all that other kind of stuff. I don't really know exactly, but basically. The girl said he smelled disgusting, like vomit and shit, basically, and he wanted to have sex with him. And I was like, no. I was like, China, go talk to the Chinese people. There's a palace up in the mountains that I'm building, because I was building a palace up in the mountains. I was like, there's a palace up in the mountains, go up there. And so, as far as I know, they loaded up their stuff and got in the wagon and headed up to the Chinese palace because I had like 5 or 6 or 12 things. I was like, you can stay up there as long as you want. I don't care. Get away from that dirtbag. So, and meanwhile, basically, Rasputin pretty much tore apart the city of Russia. He had about 3,000 of his fellow followers, and I'll get into that later.